and welcome to the BodyFullness meditation. I'm Elizabeth Andes Bell of Embodied Soul Studio, and I'd like to offer you a simple, free, 10-minute meditation that's a somatic dive into the breath to relieve anxiety and depression. It uses gentle breath sounds to restore motility and aliveness to the body's internal fascial matrix, to all of the tissues in you really. And you can do this lying down or seated. In a moment, I'll demonstrate it, and then we can all try it together. But first, I want to give you a little background about the BodyFullness meditation. It's adapted from an informal study created by Donalia Van Vliet Goals, who is the director of Continuum Movement. It was conducted by teachers of ContinuumMovement.com, which is the work of the late Emily Conrad, and it was done in conjunction with Dr. Stephen Porges, who is the father of polyvagal theory, a leading trauma specialist. The ideas behind this are simple, and the results are profound. Trauma is a whole body reaction to a crisis or an ongoing threat, and we all have different responses to crises. If you're having frequent experiences of anxiety, confusion, or overwhelm, and frankly, who among us right now isn't? Chances are your nervous system is triggering some type of mild to moderate trauma response. The issues live in your tissues, and they can impact your health and well-being. But talking about it doesn't help the body to release it and reset itself. Movement does. Movement, especially slow, wave-like motion, unfolding as inner body sensation, moves the energy to gentle resolution. It helps reset your nervous system so you feel calm and alive inside. I'm going to demonstrate the two breaths we use in this meditation, the cave and the who breaths. These are continuum breaths. These have been modified, and they provide a simple structure for our BodyFullness meditation. So first, I'm going to demonstrate the cave breath. This is a breath that is a sound that comes from the exhale, and I think of it as coming from a deep cave in the earth. Maybe I'm listening to a sound that seems like it's emerging from an ocean underwater cave. It's very soft. It's very easy. You want to keep your face and your neck relaxed as you do it, and it's barely audible. Try it with me. And now the who breath. Again, the who breath is a very quiet exhalation, barely audible. And you want to keep your mouth very soft, your neck very soft the whole time you're doing this. I think of the wind moving through the trees, or holding a seashell to your ear and hearing the distant ocean sounds. I'll demonstrate it, and then you can join in with me. You might just take a moment and notice what you're feeling now. So when we do this meditation, in Continuum they're known as dives. When we do a dive, there's a structure that we follow. First, we take a baseline, and we call this, at Embodied Soul Studio, Here and Now I'm Feeling. Because you just want to attune to your inner body sensing. You want to be able to notice what's going on in the realm of feeling. Feeling before you have thought about it. Feeling before you associate it with an emotion like anger or fear. Feeling like tense, tight, dense, or feeling like flowing, open, lightness. There's a whole world of feeling that is going on in us, and it's constantly changing. And we're often disconnected from it, but that's a shame, because when we connect with it, there is a whole world of inner aliveness that is available to us at all times, as well as a growing capacity in us to shift the way that we're feeling, to bring us out of feelings like anxiety or overwhelm or being cut off and back into the flow of life. So the structure of our dive goes like this. We take a baseline for a couple of moments, a real way to land in your body, and then we'll do 3 to 5 cave breaths. Pause for a moment and allow movement to arise from your body. Sometimes you have to make it start, but if nothing comes, nothing comes, and that's okay. But once that movement does arise, you can follow it, and it will gently unwind you. And the tension and trauma that has been held frozen in the body, the trauma that we have is like dissociated parts of ourselves that's held off from the wholeness of us. And the breath and the movement give you the energy for that wave to start to move through you. You don't follow anybody else. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. You simply allow yourself to soften and listen to the tissues. Let that be your guide. It will arise and it will resolve. And then you can bring in the who breaths, maybe 3 to 5 who breaths. You decide. And once again, allow the movement to arise in you. And, maybe you're just sitting in a chair or lying in bed and it's just gentle, almost imperceptible undulations. Go with it, allow it. Repeat as time allows. So you can start all over again with a baseline, few cave breaths, allow the movement to arise or whatever arises, a few who breaths, and allow once again. So you repeat it as many times as time allows, and then you do a final baseline. Now, I'm suggesting you do it for 10 minutes, because that's what we did in the study, the Continuum study. We did it for 10 minutes, twice a day for 2 weeks, recording each time that we did it. And I want to tell you, it was really a deeply nourishing, renewing, life-affirming practice for me. It has replaced my sitting meditation, and I have been a meditator for 40 years or more even. And, I'm allowing things to just come as they come now, not quite so rigid about what I have to do when. So that's the structure. And let's just try this together now. We'll do it for 10 minutes. And I will do it with you seated here. But you'll also see a video of me actually moving, just to give you a little taste of what that may be like for you as well. So here we go. Let yourself arrive in your body and turn your awareness within, taking a baseline. Here and now I'm feeling. You'll probably notice tightness or discomfort. That's usually the first thing we notice. Stick with it. Maybe you notice a tingling, a streaming, warmth, heaviness. And then beginning the cave breath. Feeling any tightness in your lungs or your diaphragm, you can do what we call a little tissue prep by touching those parts that feel tight and breathing right into them. You can try it on your diaphragm. Just gently stroking your diaphragm as you that breath right in there with your hands, guiding it into the tissues. Allowing movement to arise. Bringing in the who breaths. Listening to the tissues, really attuning to that inner body sensing. Feeling that energy arising as movement, waves, soft undulation. Get very still. Or just stop. Think of ripples quieting as they move out on the surface of a pond until you come to a kind of floating stillness. And take a final baseline. Was there a change from your first baseline? as I said, you can layer this. So you repeat the whole sequence as time allows. And meanwhile, you want to know that there's lots of other resources you can check out to help support you in this. So the first one is that you can comment, drop me a line. You can find me on Facebook, Elizabeth Andes Bell, and friend me and drop me a line. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to help you and answer in any way that I can. The original BodyFullness meditation is the work of Dr. Donna Leah Van Vliet Golds. As I said, she's the executive director of ContinuumMovement.com, and the video that she created for this is called the BodyFullness meditation. You can check it out on YouTube. There'll be links at the end of this, so you can find those. And then for more of the latest evidence-based approaches to restoring pain-free, functional movement, ageless bouncing your step, and fascial enlivening, you can check us out. We're a local business here in Phoenicia. We see clients now exclusively on Zoom, but hopefully someday soon we'll see people in person as well. We'd like to get back to that. And we're at embodiedsoulstudio.com, and we are also the creators of some really wonderful tools to help you feel your inner fascial webbing come alive. And you can find those at IKO-Fit.com. Again, that'll all be at the end of this video. Thank you so much.